Okay, so let's talk about life after West Ham as well. You've unfortunately come to the end of your career at West Ham. You've been on a couple of loan spells, Portsmouth and Orient. What's your mindset like there? Because you're at a Premier League club. You're getting, you're surrounded by the likes of the players that we've just mentioned, and then you're in a position where you've got to then go and find a new club. Did you have an agent, and how did that move to Peterborough come along?
So I had an agent at the time. His name's Eric Waters, and he showed up at quite a few reserve games, and I used to speak to him, catch up with him, and stuff like that. He just seemed like a nice fella. But fundamentally, I had gone from being in and around the first team under Harry Redknapp, and then when Glenn Roeder became manager, I wasn't getting so much those opportunities, which is football, everyone's opinions and stuff like that. So yeah, I've gone from having like 18 months, a good 18 or season to an 18 months in and around the first team. I've gone backwards, and obviously I'm starting to think, okay, cool, I'm not really going to get much opportunities here, and I just got to the age I just want to play. If I couldn't see a pathway into West Ham under Glen Road, I needed to get out and play. So an opportunity came up to go Orient, local. I knew a couple of the younger lads there. I thought, okay, cool, I'll go there and play, and then came back, and I think it was, when was it? In the summer, I had an opportunity to go and speak to Peterborough. And I just thought I just liked the character of Barry Fry, because I think they had a good cup run against Newcastle the season previous, and I just remember seeing him run up along the touchline.
Yeah,
so I thought, all right, I'll go and speak to him. And then what kind of helped make up my mind was that a couple of former reserve colleagues had gone there as well, with Tommy Williams and Jimmy Bullard. So. So I thought, if they've gone up there, I'll have a little look. And I just got on with Barry. I liked what he had to say, and I just thought, okay, cool, I'll come up here and go and play.
Can you imagine those three characters? It's like one of them conversations, isn't it? Pick three people you want to sit around and have a conversation with over dinner. You got Harry Redknapp, Barry Fry, and Jimmy Bullard. That's three of them. The craziest characters.
There must have been massive similarities in like the man management styles of Harry Redknapp and Barry Fry, or not?
I wouldn't. The only difference I'd say, obviously, personality-wise and managing, they treat you as men first and foremost, and I think as a man you respect that. Obviously, if you're not doing your job, or you're not doing right. Obviously, Barry, like I first learned on my debut, just got up in my face and called me all words under the sun. Obviously, you could imagine his vocabulary isn't very extensive, but at the same time, as a kid or whichever, Harry would tell you the same. But because he expected and he wanted standards, and that's where you had to be. So, but yeah. It's one of those that you get kind of used to, but also appreciate the lessons learned.
Again, was there sort of extra pressure on yourself being that guy that came down from a Premier League club into Peterborough? That there's an expectancy that there's a certain level that is expected. There's Newts has come from West Ham. We expect him to be this. There's an expectancy, isn't there? A pressure that comes with that.
You come with a certain, what's the word, characteristics that have already been portrayed. Pedigree. There you go. Sorry, in the media, this is what you have done there, but we want you to bring that here. Now, obviously, it's totally different going from reserve team football to playing men's football, who are playing for bonuses, are playing for appearances and stuff like that, and what people in the lower leagues lack in technical ability make up with work rate and dedication. That's the first thing I'd say. So I faced Julian Dix's every game, every few minutes, and that's what I've always remember, that the left back's job was there to stop me rather than close me down, show me this way, where it's kind of bit stand up. Like if there's a ball there to be won, someone's going to win it. Like it's that simple. So you had to wake up from academy stroke reserve team football to no, you're playing for 3 points very quickly. So there you go. more grief, but no, it's just realizing very quickly that I want to implement and bring to the team what I'm good at, what I enjoy, and make the most of it myself.
What was Jimmy Bullard like around that sort of time? Was he the same character as he is now, or was he a bit more toned down?
No, to be fair, Jimmy wasn't as vocal at West Ham, but obviously that year that he went to Peterborough, obviously he grew and flourished as a player, and I think that's 100% down to Barry Fry, who would have let him express himself. Because my year with Jimmy at Peterborough, everything run through him. Everything, corners, free kicks, and dictate play, kind of Carrick-like. But he's a non-stop runner. He covers every blade of grass, so the same energy he has on the pitch, he has the same energy off the pitch. Barry Fry would have absolutely loved that,
It's funny you say that, because I remember watching an interview with Harry Redknapp, and he actually said that when he had Jimmy Bullard, when he took him on West Ham, he see him more as a Manaman type of player. Right. But obviously, where the Jimmy Bullard we knew was not that type of player. He was very gifted on the ball, very good at set pieces, and very good at celebrations as well, if you remember. But a very big character, and great to have him in there. Newts, was you commuting daily, or did you move up to Peterborough? And how was that for a young lad?
No, I commuted in the first, through pre-season, and obviously pre-season, you're knackered. You don't fancy that long drive or train ride back to London. So I eventually stayed with a teammate until I got a place sorted out, and so I moved up there very quickly, because obviously this was going to be my base for the next, because I signed a 3-year contract there, so I had to put down some roots. And I moved up fairly quickly. So I left. Go on.
Sorry. What I was going to say, again, talking about that side of things where, the fans or people that are not involved in the football industry don't really see. How was that for you to move to Peterborough, which is not a million miles away, probably about an hour and a half drive away, but still away from your comfort zone where you've been for XYZ time? Was there people at the club to help you? Do you have player liaison officers at that point, or were you having to sort all of your stuff out yourself? Or
not
give us a bit of insight on that side of things, mate.
Not at a League One, League Two club, because, fortunately, I was kind of okay in my own environment. I left home at 16. Like I said, I left Slough, moved over to Romford in the digs at West Ham. And even then, when I became 18, you had to move out. So I had to find a place by myself. So I was kind of accustomed to living by myself at 18. I had to level up fairly quickly. But again, going back to going out on loan and experiencing certain things. And another big experience for me is when I was coming back from injury, I went up to Notts County for 3 months. And again, it's those days where we didn't particularly train at the training ground because there wasn't one. So we met at the ground, we changed at the ground, and then we'd go and find, or I think one of the first team coaches would go and find, okay, we'll train here today, or we'll train there, and they were basically an area that didn't have as much dog mess on, wasn't flooded, or wasn't closed off by some council. So it's just we only knew where we were going to train when we turned up at the ground. So it's kind of I was kind of prepared, okay, if this is how they do things, this is how they do it. You just have to adjust. You can't let that those type of things. Well, I didn't let it tried not to let it affect me. Just okay, cool. Once we were training, once we was instructed what to do, get on it, prepare for Saturday or prepare for the games. You know.